Hey everybody, welcome to Praise in the Streets with Emmanuel George, and I'm here with none other than gospel recording artist, pastor of worship, CEO of his own company, model. Yeah, I'm gonna get him about that a little bit later. None other than Lonnie Hunter. What's going on, sir?
I don't even like you right now. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I did some research on you, and
when
I saw a model.
I hear you.
I gotta get my brother on that one.
Okay.
My brother, but first things first, what you know with yourself nowadays.
You just told him everything I'm doing. it's all good. Radio 1 is doing a great job with the Lonnie Hunter show, and it's gone syndicated. The new CD is coming out in January.
Okay.
So there's a lot going on.
Okay. Well, I got one question. Well, first question is, what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you while you was performing or doing worship?
Most embarrassing thing is I might have been about 15, maybe. I was directing, but it was like a huge choir, maybe 100, 200 people, but they had me because I used to be short.
Okay.
On a box. So I'm directing on this box, and this box only has a little, certain area. If you've ever seen me direct, I got to do my thing, right?
Yeah, he jumps. Yeah.
Well, I fell off the box. But when I fell off the box and I did not move. They thought I passed out. Because you can't play that kind of thing off, right? So I just stayed out. And they picked me up and took me in the back because they thought I passed out. And when I got in the back, I just came to, and I was like, I got to go. I never came back in the service.
That's funny. He was faking the funk like he was slaying in the spirit.
I had to be up, baby.
So with these controversial topics, do you think it helped the ministry, or do you think sometimes it gives a negative vibe to the ministry?
Well, the target audience for my show is not the saved. I'm reaching those who would just happen to be turning the knob and land on 103.9 or whatever city they're in.
Okay.
And I want to be topical because a lot of times people think Christian radio is preachy,
right,
and we don't deal with what's out there in the world that you live in. So the more I can be topical and help people see the Christian side of today's issues, the more I get them connected to the show. Once you get them connected to the show, you can start having them listening on a day-to-day basis, and you can really change lives that way.
What do you say to those artists out there who are struggling with, well, it's more money in the secular world, I can become more famous in the secular world, but they have a gospel background? Like, what would you say to those artists that's really struggling with that?
Well, more so than what I would have to say is them looking at the examples of what it is they're saying. Most of the people who were gospel at one point and then went secular, you can see your Fantasias, you can see your David Hollisters, you can see all of the situations where people have been rooted and grounded and then left that and it not be a real good situation. But then on the flip side, there are some that are successful at it. But I want you to realize that success does not equate money. Success equates peace of mind. And a lot of people out there who are rich, and look like it's all good, then you hear these reports about their lives that are literally falling apart because the foundation was abandoned.
Okay. Do you think it's a conflict of interest sometimes, or do it become a conflict of interest, because you are a radio personality and also an artist?
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance the two, and when you can make it to where it's not a conflict of interest where your songs can be played on the air, it's not seem as though, well, he's on air, that's why, give people that negative vibe?
Well, he's on air, that's why. There's a piece of that. I pay my dues coming in here every day and doing what I do and being all I can to everybody. So there's a reward that comes for that. I don't have to try as hard to get something played as somebody else who's not on the radio. But that's just Radio 1. You've got Clear Channel, you've got all other radio sources out there that I'm just an artist.
Right.
So you keep that in perspective, and you don't let it go to your head. You still have to do what you have to do to get done what you want to get done.
Okay. Well, give me one thing that you would say to the upcoming artist, that's trying to make it, word of encouragement, that's, want to get to where you are at.
The thing I would have to say to anybody coming up in whatever artistry you're in, be you spoken word, be you a writer, a painter, a singer, whatever, prepare yourself for your season. A lot of times we think in our minds the end result, and we see ourselves before all of the large numbers of people or on the album covers, but we never study the word. We never find out what the foundation is that keeps us when the lights go off what it is that we turn to when there is nobody around. Because at some point, the concert has to end. At some point, the song has to end. And that's when your life takes over. So if you don't have a life worth living, then that song is not going to take you too far. And your Bible, your life, is the Bible most people read. So I don't care how great I was on stage. When you see me in that parking lot, if I'm cussing somebody out, that's what you remember. You don't remember how great the song was I sang.